Hello, everyone. I'm John, and this is my lovely wife, Vanita. And we're coming to you today to share the daily devotional. It's coming from First Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 9 and 10, and also Proverbs chapter 17. Well, in First Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, in verses 9 and 10, we read, Paul is writing to the Thessalonians, and he says to them, "But as touching brotherly love, you need not that I write unto you, for you yourselves are taught of God to love one another. And indeed," he says, "you do it towards all the brethren which are in Macedonia." And then he includes this conjunction, but. But we beseech you, brethren, that you increase, that is, your love, more and more. You see, I think that what Paul was telling the Thessalonians way back then is the same thing that he's telling us today. To cast a wider love net that includes not only your spouse, your immediate family, or even your friends, but a love net that would include all men everywhere.
Yes.
Paul is really making a distinction between the various types of love. And in some of them, he's saying, you do excel, you're doing pretty good, but there's one area which is the most important area of love you need to increase. So there's eros love, which is that passionate love. There's phileo love, that's love for your fellow man. There's storge love, that's the love of parents. But then there's that highest form of love, which is the agape love.
Yes.
And so he's encouraging them to keep striving to get to that highest form of love, agape.
Isn't that interesting, though, that's the goal. That is the ultimate goal.
Absolutely.
To get to where you can love not even those that are nice to us, but our enemies.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful. Kind of reminds me of that song that says, "What the world needs now is love." Okay, that's enough.
Okay.
All right, and so our next daily devotional is coming from Proverbs 17, and there was no one particular verse that stood out. What did stand out to me is that in Proverbs 17, it consists of 28 verses, and 8 out of 28, the word fool or foolish came up. And so, Proverbs is truly, I think, encouraging us not to fall into either one of those categories. I looked up a definition of a fool, and it means a person who lacks judgment, which is the process of forming an opinion by discernment. And if that's a little murky, let me give you an example. A foolish act would be like going fishing without a rod and reel, as if you were going to catch fish with your hand.
Yeah.
It would be like driving on Interstate 75 in the fast lane and you're doing 55, It would be like living in this world without Jesus Christ in your life and then dying and being eternally separated from him. To me, that's foolish.
That is foolish, especially when you hear so much talk about Jesus Christ and what he has done.
Yes. Well, that's our daily devotional for today. We hope that you've enjoyed it and hope that you have a blessed week until we see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.